Dear esteemed viewer of Salam Television, you're welcome to yet another interesting episode of the Alhidaayah show that comes to you every Monday of each week. My name is Muhammad Sekalala. I'll be your host, and this particular Monday we shall be looking at the aspect of good physical fitness habits. And with me I have our brother from Makerere University in the Department of Sports Science, who is going to be taking us through that, and his name is none other than Mr. Sulaiman Ola Chidega. Today being Monday, in the middle of November, and today being the 13th of November 2023. Mr. Sulaiman, you can say salam to our viewership.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So dear viewer, this program, for those of you that are just joining us for the first time, we told you it is a program where we try to make sense of the different aspects of our lives based on the guidance that we have in Islam. As a Muslim, you have a duty to worship your Lord. You have a duty to fulfill the different principles of Islam. So we endeavor to bring some of the brothers that have studied different fields and how they have tried to appreciate the fields in which they are and blend them with the Islamic teachings that we have. So we hope that as a Muslim brother, sister out there, it doesn't just stop at you being a Muslim, but also the practice matters a lot. So Islam, we have two main principles that we base upon. One is that whatever we do in Islam is for the sake of Allah, pleasure of Allah. Secondly, we follow the teachings of our Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So in this show, we want to remind you that if you want to be a productive Muslim, a Muslim that is productive to himself, to the community, to his religion, you have principles that you should follow. One of which is your belief system should be one that is defined well, clearly by the Quran and the Sunnah. And secondly, you need to have knowledge of what you are doing as a Muslim. And another key aspect that you need to have as a Muslim is the fact that you should have a healthy body. And today, the healthy body is what we are looking at specifically. So, Mr. Sulaiman, on the aspect of good physical fitness, as what would need to help us have healthy bodies, kindly take us through a recap of when somebody hears the word physical fitness. Is it just jogging about? Is it having 30 minutes time off a day? Technically, as an expert from the sports science department, kindly take us through in about 5 minutes as a recap of what that aspect entails.
Fitness in a nutshell.
Yes, please. Okay.
Fitness in
a nutshell, as you're taking us through the aspect of fitness, our listener, we still remind you that this show, you can always pick it up on YouTube. If you miss out a few aspects or minutes of it, we always are streaming on YouTube with the recordings that are available there, and also welcome your updates and feedback on the different aspects there are in the community. And so allow me now request our brother to still remind us on what physical fitness is as an aspect that is going to help us have healthy bodies, inshallah. Now,
physical fitness in a nutshell, these are attributes which define your physical competence.
Okay.
To carry out functions as an individual.
Okay.
In a nutshell, but it has a number of components because they differ. There's an aspect of strength.
Okay.
There are those health-related ones, then the skills-related one.
Okay.
Under the health-related one, to remind ourselves, we have strength.
Okay.
We have endurance. We have flexibility.
Okay.
Then you have your body composition, your physique. Those are the 4 elements which are health-related.
So you're saying you have strength, endurance.
Endurance.
Okay.
Flexibility.
Flexibility.
Then and your body composition.
Body composition. Okay. Yeah. That is the aspect of strength. Now the health-related one.
Oh, those are health-related ones.
Health-related ones, yes.
Now, under the other ones, skills is we have power, we have coordination, we have agility, and we have balance.
Okay. Agility and balance.
Yeah. However, you realize that most of the skills-related ones are based on health-related.
Health-related ones. Okay. Thank you very much. Then we hear of terms like aerobics, anaerobic. Kindly also throw it slightly some light on them.
Yeah. Anaerobic activities are those activities which require oxygen.
Okay.
In other words, activities you can do while you can be able to breathe. They require breathing when you're doing them.
Okay.
Then anaerobic are those which do not necessarily need you to have oxygen when doing them.
So breathing in and out is aerobic.
Yeah.
Sit-ups and we call them squatting. That is anaerobic now.
Yeah. Now some of those have the two, but how much of them you do can tell whether they fall within the aerobic or anaerobic. For example, you might be doing squats, but if you do them to a level or at the speed,
yes,
it might go outside the range of being required to be a what? Aerobic.
And it becomes anaerobic.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And it is very important that for health purposes you do moderate.
Moderate.
Yeah.
Okay, we shall get to what is moderate and what is high intensity and what is the lower end of it. Then, if I'm not doing aerobic and anaerobic, do I have a third category of activities I can engage in?
Yeah, it's
can I have a blend of the two?
Yes, exactly.
Just in case.
Now it is a spectrum. You can begin doing activity which allows you to be uncomfortable.
Okay.
But you can still be breathing. In simple terms. Now you can feel, even when you're doing an activity, you can feel that now it is kind of difficult, but it's not very much. I can still breathe.
Can still breathe.
Just like when I put walking to you.
Okay.
You can walk, you're breathing well. At some stage, if it is brisky, you begin.
You can continue, yes, please.
It can become brisky. You're beginning to breathe, but you feel uncomfortable. That means the words are unable to come out. So it is a teller to your condition that how much of exercise I'm doing. So at times you might you might breathe out even when you're walking.
Oh, I see.
Now that one gets you to a point. So that is your capacity.
I normally see people in your, for example, long distance runners, they tend to close their mouth. Is that a technique that is used in running, or it is just a precautionary measure?
I think it is not recommended for you to close your mouth when you're actually running.
Okay.
Because you need to allow what goes in to come out.
Okay.
Now, that was a practice that we had even in schools. You see parents putting the hands, putting in what? But it's not recommended. What is recommended is for you to be able to breathe in and breathe out. And continue doing what? Moving.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay, so that is a recap on what physical fitness largely entails. So today you want to take us through some of the habits for a person that wants to engage in a productive physical activity. As a person that needs to have a transformation in their health. kindly take us through that.
Statistics say that a number of people actually know the benefits of being physically fit.
Okay, majority.
But, yes, majority actually. But several are unable to attain those targets which have been put in place, recommended for them to accumulate over a week. But that all happens because of usually not having the right habits. Or when you're doing the exercises, you do not know what can enable you to do exercise over a longer period of time, so that you get the benefits.
I see. Okay.
Now, a number of people have barriers to exercises. Somebody tells you, I'm very busy. It is a common what?
It's a common.
It's a common saying.
Saying, yes.
Right. And I do not have energy. I feel lazy.
Okay.
Some people say maybe I do not have a place where I can go and do exercises, or I do not have the money to go where.
Okay, yeah, it's expensive.
It is expensive. I need to go to the gym.
The gym.
And sometimes they tell you that maybe where I pass my pathway is not secure. So then the other thing is
unsafe neighborhood.
It's exactly.
Okay.
Some do not have groups to attain that.
Okay.
And then the other thing is some people will tell you that no, I'm sick, unable to do this, things like that. By
the way, one time somebody had an operation. I think it was got hernia, and whenever they would have early morning drills, somebody would say, I'm not in position. And I think that was justified. 1-2 weeks after operation.
Usually before you begin engaging in an exercise program, it's better to get clearance from a medical personnel.
Okay.
Because such exercise at times exacerbates the condition. So usually you first get clearance from the medical personnel and to also understand the underlying causes. Some people come for exercise, they are unable to do certain things, so it's better to first have go and have a checkup,
medical checkup.
Yeah. So before you actually begin an exercise.
Okay. So that could also be a barrier that some people have got inherent or natural or inborn health complications that wouldn't enable them to. Okay. So these are the barriers to good health or good physical fitness habits. Now, do we have a recommended good practices that would help one surmount some of these barriers?
Yeah, I'll share with you what is a target that everybody is supposed to, at least the ones which are recommended for somebody to accumulate, to compensate for the time they keep sitting at office. Example, you might be sitting the entire day. We are not going to stop working.
Of course.
And you're not going to change.
It's a natural disposition.
Yes, exactly. But we need to do activity which can compensate for the time you've been
sedentary, yes.
Sitting. In a week, we would say that you need to accumulate about 150 minutes of moderate to vigorous intensity activity to attain a certain level of what? Fitness.
Okay.
Now, activity is anything you do which requires you to use your body energy. We categorize them as light activity.
Okay.
In simple terms. Then we say moderate.
Light, moderate, and then high intensity.
Then high intensity or vigorous.
Vigorous.
Now, how we categorize them can be in form of the level of discomfort with which you do them, which can be reflected through your breathing pattern.
Okay.
Now, light activity is something you do which does not get you to breathe very very hard.
Very hard, yes.
For example, when somebody is walking, they don't need to breathe like very hard.
It's like a natural
yes, it's
kind
natural
of activity, yes.
And stuff. Then moderate activity is something which gets you to be discomfortable with breathing. In other words, words begin to be difficult to come out. Then vigorous activity is when you're out of even breathing and you cannot say a word. This is a very good test for you to track the intensity of work at which you're doing something.
Okay. So there's light, moderate, and vigorous.
Now, it is recommended that you do activity from moderate to vigorous.
The light shouldn't be...
light should not be like... yes, it is good. I'll come to start with.
Okay.
Any activity you do is important.
It's important.
But
yes.
to get the benefits of exercise, you need to start doing from moderate to vigorous.
Okay, so you're saying in a week you need to accumulate at least 150 minutes.
Yes, exactly. Now in those 150.
So that is 7 days a week or 5 days a week?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
What you need is to accumulate those.
If I did it once the whole week, maybe on a Monday, does it also count? Or it has to be in succession?
That is if you can. But usually when you're doing exercises, it is recommended that you have days of rest.
Okay. Yes. So the best practice
for recovery.
Days of rest.
Yes, you break them down.
Okay.
Now, for example, if I did exercises like today, it would be better tomorrow I don't do exercises. At least you give the body 48 hours to do what? To recover.
But tomorrow it would be 24 hours. So do I skip 2 days?
You can skip a day.
Anyway, let's mathematically break it down. If it's 150 minutes,
at least.
That so in meaning if I'm going to do it for 3 days, it means one day I will do 50, the other day 50, the other day 50.
Yeah, depending on your time.
On my time. Yeah. Okay, if I'm to do 30 minutes a day, that means I will need 5 days a week.
Yes, exactly.
But you're telling us I need to skip a day. So what do I do in the circumstances?
Usually, the rest is important because the body doesn't need to work constantly because it has time for rest.
Rest, yes.
Because if you don't rest it, it will run out of its capacity. It will work outside its capacity and it will give negative what?
Negative results, yes.
How does that happen? How do you know that you've overdone work? Is if I made a workout today and I'm unable to recover within those scheduled time for rest.
Yes, please.
It means what I've done is beyond my what?
It's beyond your capacity.
Beyond my capacity. You still feel fatigued.
But
if I work out today, tomorrow I rest and the other day I'm fresh to do the exercise. That means what I've been doing is enough.
So what I'm picking is I need a total of 150 minutes a week.
Yeah.
Then if I'm to skip a day, that will mean if there are 7 days, I will skip a day and I will remain with 4 days a week. So when I divide the 150 by 4 days, roughly is about 35 minutes a day for 4 days.
Yeah.
Right? Now that takes me to the question as to
that is basically.
That is basically.
But this is not for sportsmen.
Not for sportsmen.
This is for general population.
General population. Okay, thank you. Then if it is 30 minutes a day for 4 days,
at least,
what will be the best times of the day for me?
I
don't know whether I'm taking you first, but the first point you gave me is that one of the good physical fitness habits is that in a week I need to accumulate 150 minutes.
Yes.
And I've tried to break it down for the viewers that if and then aside from the 150 minutes a week, you need days of rest.
Yeah.
So if there are 7 days and I'm resting each successive day, I'll remain with 4 days a week.
Yeah.
Now for those 4 days, if I divide by the 150 minutes, I will need 35 minutes for the 4 days. Each day, 35. Good. Now, what would be the best hours and times of the day for me to? I don't know whether it is the second habit I would take as second habit.
Yeah,
it is still 1 point.
Now the key times change, and times affect exercise what?
Okay.
Effects. But we want to ensure these minutes. Although preferable time would be, let me talk about conditions.
Okay.
When you're exercising, it would be, the best would be like in the evening, when the sun is not also very high, because you do not want to work in heat.
If I can be specific, between 5:30 to 7.
Yeah. When the sun, when the rays are not very much.
Okay, let's say 6 to 6:35.
Let's put it 5 to 7.
Imagine people who are leaving work and the people you're targeting here.
Yeah, I'm just giving preferable time.
Preferable time, yes.
But you can even work out during lunchtime. For example, there are series that can work out early in the morning. That's also a good time. Okay. But at times, usually people around that time, some are sending kids to school.
I see.
So
let's look at the ideal. Maybe after work.
It's after work.
After work, and assuming there's no traffic jam, all this person can have a few minutes in their office, or a few minutes at home when they have just arrived. So let's take the 6 to 6:35, because the sun there is almost setting.
Now that is for programmed what? Programmed activity towards what? Physical fitness.
Yes, please.
But before we even come to that, you can do a lot of things even within your office.
Within your office. Okay, so now, the first in other words, you're giving us the conditions. One, for one who wants to do it in their office is one set of activity. Yes. Then the other one that has who wants to program themselves that for 4 days a week, I need to do ABC and achieve this. So you're having two categories of persons here now. The one who can do it in the office, and the other one who can have it for the 4 days we have suggested.
Yeah, let's we want to accumulate.
Yes, the 150
minutes. The 150.
Okay.
Now, usually at work, the reason I do not want to be very particular that I have to do my workout time is this.
Okay.
It's because we will lose focus of the bigger picture, which is attaining what? The 150
minutes. Okay, so I think as we are nearing the break, I want us to zero down to the fact that we can have two categories of persons. One, there is one who can have the physical habits at work, and those also can do it after work, or even before work.
Yeah.
So we can have it at that. Now, for the one of at work, or we begin with ones after work or before work?
Either way.
Let's start with those before work or after work.
Yeah.
What the best times for before work or after work?
Yeah, the best times are times when you've gotten a break.
Gotten a break.
That's how I would put it. From your work.
Let me look at this Muslim. Wakes up at 4. I'm talking about the ideal one. They are realistic. Will wake up at 5:45. Prepares for Fajr. Goes to the masjid. Maybe has his morning adhkar. And then he leaves the mosque at around 6:45. And that is if he's near his workplace. Then there's this other Muslim who wakes up at 5. Prepares. Hits the road by 5:20. And reaches his workplace at 7:30. So that's one category.
Yeah.
Actually, second category. The first category is the other one who is at a mosque, leaves at 6:45, then goes for work. Second one is one wakes up at 5, prepares, and then hits the road at 5:20, reaches office at 7:30. Yeah. Now, talk to those two people first of all.
Yeah, most people are working, and if what would recommend, because that is a sign that their schedules are really tight. They work on tight tight schedules.
Yes, please.
So it means that the opportunity to do an exercise
will be after work.
Can be like after work, but during breaks, I'm sure there are often breaks in office time.
Yeah, of course.
Now, during those breaks, how long the breaks take can be able to tell you.
Okay.
Then exercises that you can actually do within those places that can help you accumulate the 150.
Okay, so in other words, the before work might be challenging.
You can do it before work, or also at times some.
Okay, talk to him if he reaches work maybe 7:20 and he has some maybe 40 minutes before office opens at 8. What can he do in those 40 minutes?
Yeah, what we can do is really immense. Yeah. Usually you can do body weight exercises.
Body weight. Don't I need special equipment?
Body weight does not need equipment. It needs you to use your body.
Body weight exercise.
Yeah.
Okay. What other exercise can be there for me?
There can, of course, there will be stretching.
Stretching. I think as we go along, you'll get us some videos for people to see what is body weight and what stretching is about, perhaps to develop the habit in them.
Yeah. Let's look at the number of habits before we come to some ideas.
To the details. Okay, the habits. Anyway, I think since we are nearing the break, I'm going to request my producer, the one in the studio, to take us through the break, take us for a short break, and then we shall be returning with the continuation of the habits, inshallah.
Sure.
Eno ye Salam TV.
Explore, enjoy and dance to the latest content, beats and kawozi from Uganda and beyond. Simply go to your Play Store or App Store right now, find Afro Mobile, download it straight to your phone and get started. Is it TV you want? Simply open the app, click on TV, select the channel you want and watch live. Are you busy right now? Then check out On Demand or enjoy in your free time. Afro Mobile. The future is now.
Oh, you can touch this. Hey, but you can test it. Ooh, but you can test it. Everybody grab a bottle and sip some. It's Mirinda time, flavors unmatched, tongue tingling, thirst quenching and bombastic. Oh, sweeter than sweet, bolder than bold. Flavors explode, making you go Oh, you can test it.
There's no flavor like Mirinda, now in a fresh new look with the same great taste. Enjoy the tongue-tingling flavor of Mirinda Fruity, Orange, Green Apple, and Pineapple. Mirinda.
Jovia. Ng'oyolekera ku lugendo luno olw'obulamu. Nkuwa ekirabo eky'amaanyi agatazizibwa. Amaanyi okulabibwa n'okuwulirwa mu mawanga ageewala ennyo. Okutuuka buli wamu nga yadde togenzeeyo. Ensi yonna ng'ekuli mu ngalo. Okutambula mu biseera n'okumanya buli kimu ekirina okumanyibwa. Jovia, kino kye kirabo kyange gy'oli.
Tewali kumu ku kye ky'osobola okukola ku mukutu nnandameggwa ogwa MTN. Eno ye Salam TV.
Dear viewer, we welcome you back to the second segment of our show. The Alhidaayah show comes to you every Monday on Salam Television And in the Monday show, we look at science and technology as a component of the Muslim life. Today, specifically, we're looking at good physical fitness habits. And with us, we have an expert, a brother from Makerere University in the Department of Sports Science, who is taking us through the good physical fitness habits. My name is Muhammad Sekara, your host for the show, and our guest is Mr. Sulaiman Ola. Before we went to the break, we looked at what would help you to attain good physical fitness habits. Number one is first, be conversant with some of the barriers that would impede you from having consistency in doing the good fitness habits. And some of them we gave is that people are busy, or we are generally busy, so you need to be aware of the fact that you're busy and others are also busy. Others give reasons like, I don't have the energy and the motivation. Others, I have nowhere to work out from. Others, physical exercise are expensive. We hear of gyms, the equipment used are very expensive. Others give reasons like, I live in an unsafe environment. I can't leave my gate before 7 or before 6, before it breaks, day breaks. And others, I don't have a group with whom we can do the exercises. Then the other, naturally, they have some health ailments that wouldn't enable them to go about with a physical fitness. But because every challenge normally has a solution or has a way we can surmount it, we are with our brother from Makerere University, who has taught sports science for a couple of years. And we want him to guide us as the Muslim community out there, what would help us to develop good physical fitness habits. We ended on a note that says you need to accumulate at least 150 minutes of activity, moderate, vigorous activity per week. And we were trying to break down what that entails. Roughly, you need also to have breaks in the week. And when you break it down, so when you have the breaks, it means you need only 4 days a week for the activities. And that will mean you need a minimum of 35 minutes a day for the 4 days in the week. So, as we come back to the second segment of the show, I want you to help us. What will be some of the habits that can help me to accumulate these 150 minutes a week?
Thanks a lot, brother.
Yes,
you realize, like from the barriers and everything.
Yes, please.
But what these aspects here help you attain the 150 as a minimum. Although if you do more than that, the better.
The better, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at least this is sufficient for you to get the benefits of exercise. Now, one of the things which can allow you be consistent in involvement in fitness activities is to choose activities that you like.
Choose activities that you like. Okay. So you'll give us a list as we go in, maybe in the future.
Yeah.
You give us, so you choose activities you like.
Activities you like, which allow you expend energy. And it can allow you breathe hard. At least the words can come out, but with difficulty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second aspect to consider.
You need to consider working with a partner or within a group.
Okay, work with a partner or a group.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because working alone is challenging.
It's not that easy.
Actually, Islam also encourages us to work in groups. I think that is chapter 61. Allah says, "Indeed, Allah loves those who struggle in His cause."
Yeah, because when you're trying to falter like around here, somebody tells you, "Hey, come on, we have a target to meet."
Have a target to meet here. Oh, that's great.
And then also we need to often choose a comfortable time for us.
Choose comfortable time for yourself. Okay.
To be able to attain those minutes.
Okay. Any other consideration to help me attain the 150 minutes a week?
Yeah, the other thing is you do not be discouraged. You start somewhere. The 30 which is recommended, we are all at the physical activity. The physical activity is a spectrum. There are those who might not be able to attain the 30, but they can start from somewhere.
Like 5 minutes.
Like 5 minutes, yes.
10 minutes a day.
Then you go on improving gradually to around 30.
Okay, so
but don't be discouraged.
So start small and grow big.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so you can start small. You can even start 5 minutes a day. So even me who is doing the 5 minutes, I need to have breaks. Or mine can be consistent.
No, the 5 minutes, that one does not allow you to overtax the body. So you can choose and say, I'm going to do this tomorrow. I can be able to do this, but you should be moving. You know, there's what we call super compensation for fitness.
Okay, super compensation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Today, if I work out today, tomorrow the fitness will dip a bit. But the other day,
I need to compensate for what I didn't do yesterday.
What happens is, today when I work out, tomorrow I'm not as fit as today.
Yes.
But when I rest, my fitness is beyond my previous fitness. So the graph goes like this, it rises like this, like this. Meanwhile, there is a gradual increase in overall
overall achievement, fitness. Yes. Okay. So apart from that, what else should help me attain the 150 minutes a week?
The other thing is we need to, for example, you can go to a number of places where they tell you the fitness, no gain, no pain,
no gain,
no pain, no gain.
Yes, please.
No, that attitude is not the right attitude.
For one who wants
for one who wants to generally.
So what should be our slogan?
The slogan is, I will be active until I attain my what?
Be active until I attain my target.
My target.
Okay. Okay. So that is still another point of don't get discouraged.
You know, that's completely different because the other one is you need to start. You do
something.
Don't be discouraged. For example, if I'm able to only do like 5 minutes, now this is for somebody who is at no place. I know a number of people have not been doing activity.
Of course.
But when they start over a period of time, for example, you could be asking, you set yourself targets and say that, okay, within this for 1 month, I'll be able to do the 5. But the next month, I should be putting it to around 10.
10 minutes.
Then by the end of 3 months, you're not the same person.
But one thing I'm seeing here is, and most of these answer the issue of busy, no energy, no place to work out. But there's the expensive element of it, and then the unsafe neighborhood. What would help me to surmount these two barriers?
Yeah. Now,
the expensive nature of
the expensive nature comes from the fact that maybe you do not have money to access the the gyms and the like.
The gyms and the like, yes.
But there are a lot of things that we do at home. Every one of us comes from somewhere.
Yes, please.
And within the house, you can do something.
Okay.
Even around the house, you can do something. And you don't need these machines. You only need your body to work out.
Okay. So in other words, you should work within the means.
You can.
Work within the means.
But start doing what?
Something.
Doing something.
Okay. Oh.
Usually
so meaning even this argument of the neighborhood is unsafe. I can't move out. I can still.
If you indoors, you can work from indoors.
You can work from indoors.
Because during COVID, there were ways people were working out.
Even
within their houses.
Okay. Oh wow, that is great. Then for this person who has a natural sickness,
usually that's why getting a qualified personal trainer is one of the things you should often do.
First wait. That is for me who wants to undertake the physical activity or as a natural, I don't know whether we call it as a need. I should have a personal trainer.
Yeah, now let me put it this way.
Because that will be now a luxury to some people.
Yes, it's a luxury. Now, usually, exercise we take exercise as medicine. Why? Because when you do exercises, you're either preventing or treating a number of conditions in the body. That's why often doctors recommend people to do what? To do exercises. But the role that the personal trainers or the exercise scientists do is to design for you a program which suits you.
Oh, I see.
Now that's why it is very critical. You work with when you're identifying somebody who is to help you. Identify somebody who is qualified, because not every exercise fits
everyone.
Because that's why customizing exercises to the needs of an individual is the right thing to do, because we are different.
So that means those of us who are not taken sports scientists and you call them exercise scientists as serious, the time has come that we need now to consider them as very key professionals we need in our lives.
This I will put it. The reason as to why you have people recommending that you have a family doctor, you have a doctor, personal doctor, and the like.
Some people have personal accountants, personal lawyers.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now the importance of some of these people, for now, several people look at it as a luxury.
It is a luxury.
But as we age, it's when we realize that we need personal trainers, because a personal trainer understands your journey, where you started from, and what we need to do to get to the target.
I see.
But there's a lot of information which is on YouTube, which is on a number of other forums. But it's often good to take an assessment from somebody who understands the exercise.
Who has also diagnosed your condition.
Yes, exactly.
Because when you go to YouTube, you don't know
why he's doing a certain exercise.
Something, yes.
And you think I have to do it as it appears.
I think now as you have a challenge as the educationists in the sports science department, because many times we hardly hear of people being training to become sports scientists. We just see somebody as a trainer. But
the area is a new area in our country here, so it is taking root, because a number of people are now taking it seriously. Now, if you realize that everybody is being told to do activity, but the how
is a challenge,
is what can be answered by exercise scientists
So, viewer, if you want to attain 150 minutes a week, you need to choose activities that you like, and the experts will give you a range, a cross-section of activities that you can choose from, and particularly go for one that you like most. Secondly, consider working with a partner or a group. No one works alone and they succeed. Actually, the word team is together, each achieves more. So it means you have an option but to work in a group or a team. Then choose comfortable times for yourself. If you can make it early morning, afternoon, after work, or during the working hours, it is also another opportunity you have to accumulate 150 minutes a week. Then don't be discouraged. You need to start. Even Rome was not built in a day. You start small and then grow big. Then have the motivation that you need to do something. Do not be discouraged by others. And then lastly, get a personal trainer. Someone that is, and that is now to the high end of it.
So just recommend,
as a recommendation.
The other habits that are very key as well is that make your exercise fun.
Make your exercise fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like you're going to.
It's not a punishment.
It's not a punishment. The other thing is celebrate the successes. Those moments when you feel good about exercise.
Celebrate
whatever you do, and you thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for what you have achieved then. Then the other thing is exercises need to be mixed. Now this is very important. Let's take some time here. When you're doing exercises, we have different energy systems in the body.
Okay.
Which need to be what? Activated. To engage, to allow energy expenditure. So we need a mixture of aerobic and non-aerobic. Then from there we need in some strengthening exercises, aerobic, resistance training. Some examples, I think we'll be having some of those because I cannot now just describe them. You need to see them.
You need to see them.
See them happening. I think then the other last one, which is track your activity.
Track your activity. Evaluate.
You have create a personal fitness journal.
Oh wow.
Where you record the activities you're doing. So that when you attain a certain level, you celebrate.
Do we also have apps that can give us reminders?
Yeah, apps are there.
Are they developed yet?
Yeah, apps are all over the place. They are really there. They can actually tell you that when you program them, they would even tell you that this is the time for my exercise. If you program it at.
On my phone, I have an app that tracks how many steps I've taken and says your target was 10,000. You're halfway.
Yes, exactly.
Now it is.
Those are some of the things you need to spend money on.
Wow, I see. Okay.
They are very helpful. Then this journey, this fitness journey, you can have a record. You note down just to track how much you've done. You've done. Otherwise, if you do not track it, you might lose track of how much you've done. Yet you need to celebrate every act over time. So over a period of time.
I'm seeing here to the lazy human beings that we normally are. I think you need for an assistant.
No, they're not lazy. It's just not good in the energy. I think we just need to start somewhere.
The fact is, do you know people can even have a target of reading at least a page of Quran a day and they fail still. They spend a week, a month without reading. Somebody is even lazy to go to the mosque.
I know when somebody...
And yet if the Prophet told us for each footstep you take, for each step you make to the masjid, is rewarded. But if somebody can be that lazy and say, I will pray in my house, and the mosque is just 10 meters away, then how would I describe that?
We can start from the intention, and once they begin doing something, we move. But we put a target which is far. For example, I need to do, I could say that I want to be able to do 300 minutes in a week. But I'm going to start with 5.
So in other words, you have set a higher target than the minimum.
Yes. Then you can begin going there. Then that's when you even have this journey, a fitness journal. You record what you're doing.
I think what you're going to do for us the next time we shall come, maybe you'll get us a sample, a copy of the fitness journal. How it would look like.
It's a replica of it at least. When in an exercise, I need to have this strengthening, I need to have this aerobic, I need to have this. When I do this, this is what I'm achieving.
I see. So we have about 10 minutes to conclude today's show. Do you have a final message or final, in other words, something we can take note of in these remaining 10 minutes?
Yeah.
As to help us with the targets?
Yeah. Now, the number one, I want us to know that exercise requires your input. Because it's not like a tool which you're going to buy.
Okay.
I'll still emphasize this.
So it requires physical participation.
Yes, exactly. For you to gain from it, you get involved in it.
You have to. So
it is akin to doing ibadah.
So it's not like someone who watches a football match and is an expert at it but doesn't know how to perform.
Yes,
exactly. Or doesn't know how to play the football.
Yes, exactly. Even if you pay, you're not going to get the benefits of doing what? The activity, unless you're involved. So number one thing, the take home is please start and engage in exercise.
Exercise, okay.
You start. And with what you can do, with what you can do.
With what you can do.
Then have a variety.
Have a variety. But I think as we go along, we will need to guide the viewers on what are the different forms. So, or in other words, what are the different activities that help you to shoot in achieving specific physical fitness goals? For example, when you talk about the aerobic and anaerobic, what does some out of maybe there are 100 if you did 2 or 3 of these, but that I think can be for the future. But you said you should have what? You said I should have a mix of.
Yes, you have a mix.
Okay.
Yeah. Then you do the assessments to often track to track your.
Okay. Have like you call it a personal fitness journal.
Yes.
Okay. Then evaluate regularly.
Yeah.
Just like the practice all over. Okay. Wow. So viewer, we can always say a lot, but what is important is that you try to take whatever is said and pick out a word or 2 that should help you to become a better person. Even in the Quran, Allah says, "Wabashir," that give glad tidings to the believers, those who listen to statements and then pick those that have benefit to them. So we hope a lot has been said, but you need to pick out something. Secondly, know that in Islam, whatever we do is rewarded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when the Prophet says, Al-mu'min qawiyyu khayrun wa ahabbi Allah min al-mu'min al-dha'if, that indeed a strong believer is most beloved and better in the sight of Allah, then it means you can even have the intention of, oh Allah, help me to become a strong person so that I can do your acts of ibadah. Do you know that spending a day, spending a night without performing the night prayer is a show of a big challenge, a big loss in your life? But how many of us normally spend weeks, months, others even just wait for Ramadan, and that is for it Salat Tarawih. But all that is because of perhaps the defects in our body systems or defects in our health. But we are here. We hope that with the guidance we shall be getting from our brother, we can see how to improve on our physical fitness habits and the health habits to help us better perform our acts of ibadah in a more suitable way. So as you're winding up, your last remark, parting shot, as we prepare to sign out of this.
Yeah. What I'll say is that for us to gain from fitness,
yes, please,
we need to commit and be consistent.
Okay,
Consistency is one thing that will enable us achieve the benefits of engaging in physical fitness activities. Let's start somewhere, set targets, and we'll have it there. How long we spend there should not be the point. The point is commit and be consistent towards achieving that target. But let's start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Inshallah. So you've been such a wonderful audience. It was nice having you. We pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rewards our brother for the time he has come and spent with us. We also hope that you also benefited. We pray that Allah enables you to understand the information given. I remind you again that you can always follow up on this show on YouTube. There is a recording that is always available. You watch it, like and share with those that you think can benefit from the same. Otherwise, till next time, I remain Muhammad Sekalala. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi.
Eno ye Salam TV. Obuwanguzi obusinga